And Asque having, oh, here we see a double foul.
Referee running from
Oh.
the other end to prevent anything happening from between Jonathan Sarsonas and I don't know if it was Mark Ruñas that he had a little conversation with.
But you know, our refs really on the ball. That's advantage also of the game today that you have 3 referees. Before you would only have 2 and they would have to take care of the whole floor. Now you've got 3, so they really have their boxes to control the officiating.
Villegas escaping, then goes straight to the hole.
Yun ang sayang. Boom, that's what I'm talking about. You know, it's everything but the shot. But you know, in a situation like that, you just have to keep on playing. You like the aggressiveness. You hope that eventually the shots will fall for you.
Baquincio. Buendia. Baquincio will try a 3 this time, and he gets it to go.
He is playing heads up today. Wow.
60 to 39, and Ruñez gets it to trickle in. UST with Laconico to Buendia, who will try to take another 3, and that's back-to-back 3s for UST, who are pounding now the UE Pages team. Once it misses, and it's Ali Amano.
You know, back and forth we go. But UE has to get some stops. They're making their points, but they're not stopping UST. They want to get back into the game. They've got to get key stops.
Comes Villegas, who will commit the dribbling infraction.
You just feel, boom, that UST, you notice with them, 1001, 1002, they pass the ball. They don't hold the ball long. Rarely do you see that. The only guy you see from UST holding the ball is Banguisho. There you'll see they move the ball well, find the open man.
It's Mark Kenneth Buendia draining a Sun Cellular 3. Better network, better value. UST on the attack, and a foul is called. UE committed so many fouls in the second quarter. The latest 20 with 7:26 remaining. Let's go to Donald Yabres for the Tiger Cubs.
Yes, Broom, the coaching staff is pretty much happy with how the boys have been performing in the first half. Then again, they shouldn't stop there. UST has a number of turnovers that they should be minimizing. Avoid unnecessary fouls and be guarded at all times. Don't let the ball slip off your hands. That's according to Coach Alan Asquith. And also, he added to his boys to be aggressive and try to minimize the runs shot. Back to you, Boom.
Well, you can't understate whatever that the instructions of Coach Asque with the interpretation of Donald Yabres.
I like the way it was said. Be aggressive. But you know, that's an interesting thing that Coach Asquith said. You're up by 20. You don't want to play tentative. You want to be aggressive and keep on at it. Because once you tend to play defensive basketball, that team that's aggressive will come back. They will make the run.
You know, speaking of UST, we just found out from some spectators here right behind us that it is Carl Laconico's birthday today, August 14th. They have a sign, actually. They have like this little...
Happy birthday.
Oh. Birthday ni Carl today.
Mga fans niya.
Probably relatives too. You know how it is in the juniors. It's a family affair. Parents and brothers and sisters, but especially it's a weekend.
So the fans starting to trickle in here. Boom, you think about it, it's a big game later.
Wait, you're here.
Adamson.
What are you talking about, Luigi? You're here. The fans have got to come, man. You haven't been here in a while. Let's go to...
You're sure it's me and it's not you?
I think it's Tracy. Let's go to Tracy Abad for the UE Pages now.
Thank you, Boom. All right, Coach Melvin Reyes expressed how frustrated he was with the boys in the dugout. He told them what happened, and he asked them what happened actually, and asked them how come they didn't show that defense and effort that they showed in the practices before. He asked them where was that UE play in the first half. He pointed out the lack of focus of the boys and how it seemed that the Pages didn't want to win. Despite his frustration, he pushes the boys by encouraging them encouraging them. Kaya pa natin yan, bawi tayo, mahaba pa yan. Boom.
Maba pa. 6:56 remaining here in the third quarter. And a full fourth quarter to go for UE to at least make a dent. You have to set those little goals, no, Coach? Na get it down to probably first around 12, diba? Mga ganun muna, no?
You know, you try to inspire, and you have to credit Coach Melvin Reyes. He may be down by 20, but he keeps on coaching. That's one thing that coaches have to learn. I've learned from my mentors is that if you're down by 20, you keep at it.
You never know it,
You
diba?
keep at it, and you don't give up, because once you do, then the players will have that, and you don't want them giving up.
Kasi nakikarry over yung ganun ding ugali sa mga susunod na laro.
Even if it's the fourth quarter, you're down by 20. You know, it's nice to see a player or a team not giving up.
All the more for a player for a team that's up by 20.
But it's easier to play hard when you're up by 20. It really tests your character when you're down big.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of reasons not to play hard.
The birthday boy gets in, but misses. And here comes UE. Mark Ruñez trying to weave his magic as Del Rosario misses. Duran almost traveled. Yes, he did. The infraction called on Erwin Duran.
Talent-wise, you can just see why UST is up right now by 21. I mean, they really make smart decisions. And you have a sense that this team is complete in every position. Unlike UE, you talk about the big two. You've got Santos and Duran. But you have a sense that they don't have a point guard inside or a shooting guard. And that's where the holes are for this Pages team right now.
Duran putting it on the floor, then stretching, getting the ball back, but taken away by Manuel. Manuel has Bacuincho on the other end. He fakes the pass, he draws the foul, and he kisses it off the glass.
And now Manuel getting into the fold, partner. 8 points. I mean, is UST coming out or what? It's not only Laconico, Reyes, and Banquisio. Now you've got Manuel.
Look at the
coming
fake.
in.
Look at the fake. He fakes then sidestep, draws the contact.
At yung beaten.
Oh, may beaten pa. Parang Luigi Trillo,
Ay,
yung
ay.
ating cannon power shot. Fast break.
Hey, more like Boom Gonzalez, ha?
Yung nag-foul.
I had the pleasure of playing with you, so
Really? When was that?
that's sports camp.
Oh, that's
For
right.
close
That's
friend
right.
Butch.
Yeah, that's right.
I was waiting for Sir Seth to join us.
I feel like that has been ages ago. And Nice.
He was for a good cause.
Yeah, of course, of course. In the meantime, here comes Adrian Santos sweeping to the basket.
A bit too late right now. Well, Santos had 4 fouls earlier. Let's see if the Pages can make a run. Boom.
Carl setting up Reyes. The ball taken away, but Bacuisio taking it back. Sets up Manuel from around 17. Knocks it down. Wow. Well-oiled machine as of the moment, this UST Tiger Cubs team. And even defensively, Luigi, they're on the same page. As the lead has gone up now to 24, 69, 45. You're watching the UAP on Studio 23. The UST Tiger Cubs are shooting 5 out of 10 from the field as we look at Reverend Father Ermito de Sagon, OP, Vice President. And he is, of course, from the UAP Board of Trustees from the University of Santo Tomas. They are enjoying a 23-point lead, 5 out of 10 shooting in the third quarter so far. U is 3 out of 8. 3 assists to a single 1 from UE, and 4 turnovers for UE to the 2 of UST.
You know, I couldn't recognize Father Sagum with his cap a while ago. You normally see him in a barong or a formal, more formal attire.
On The pass upstairs to Adrian Santos, but was bothered. 5:05 remaining in the third quarter.
You know, UST Boom has outscored UE in every quarter, and that's the reason why they're up by 25. But you know, the key here also for me is, you know, leading on to the next games. If you think about it, UST will gain a lot of confidence from this game if they pull off this win. You know, it's starting to look that way.
70-45 now.
You know, most of the games of UST, like against Adamson and UP that they lost, were close. So they are in contention, definitely.
And that put back by Adrian Santos.
Sayang, no? Santos got a lot of fouls early. You were talking about his energy. And there with the putback.
Yun yung kailangan niya i-control yung kanyang energy in terms of defensively committing those useless fouls sometimes. But you can't blame him. As you mentioned earlier, dahil alam niya mataas na tumalon, hinahabol niya yung mga tira, he goes for the blocks. Unfortunately, he ends up fouling sometimes.
And I'll tell you just how important, Boom, a point guard is in a system, or a two guard who will find guys like Santos and Duran. You may have two good players, but two good players don't make a team. And I was mentioning early at the start of our pregame talk about UE getting help from everybody else. What is this?
It's a sportsmanlike foul, I think. Adrian Santos on the raw end of that deal. I think it was elbowed or something.
By Buendia. And that will mean 2 free throws.
And ball possession.
Plus ball possession.
How was your juniors experience, Luigi, playing in this level? Tell us a few stories, if you may indulge us, please. In terms of your juniors experience, what was the one thing that really stood out for you in terms of the learning experience there? What did you develop and reinforce in terms of your habits there?
Well, you know, I traced my roots from La Salle Zobel, and it was, what I noticed was it was a faster game. And a lot of trapping, a lot of zones.
And you were a point guard, right?
I played the point guard, yes. And it was more of a learning experience because this is where you break out. And you learn a lot of the basics, the fundamentals. Obviously, when you get to college, you're more polished already. But here, if you're a coach, you truly feel the passion of the game because you're teaching kids. I remember my high school coach, John Buchigo, would really teach us a lot of things. And not only things, the technical aspect. You're talking about playing hard, about not giving up, things like that.
Is it easier to be demoralized when you're in the juniors level? Do you remember being very demoralized looking at, let's say, a 20-point deficit from the other team?
Definitely. You know, I've had my games where you're up 30 and I've had my games where you've been down 30. But I think that's where the coaches come in because somehow they will feed off you and you have to teach them the right way. And that's why you respect the coaches in the high school level because the teaching does not stop. And you know, you try to teach your players not to give up.
Oh, and do you get to establish a deeper kind of relationship with a coach when you were in a high school level? Kasi parang very personal lang relationship, ano? Dahil pagtuturo nga yung kinalalabasan na ginagawa ng mga coaches.
Definitely, in any team. But I think as you grow older, you become more of a buddy-buddy.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? After the college level. Here, high school, you have to maintain a sense of distance. What I mean is